What's happening, everybody? It's your boy here right now, for Miyoko, and we keep on doing stuff in Caposile. And look who we found right now. We found Toman. How are you, man?
Really good, man. Just finished. It was amazing.
How do you feel after you finish a set like so energetic, like the one you just played?
Yeah, I feel full of energy, especially when with a crowd like this, the Italian crowd, it's amazing. Yes, always the same. In After Caposile, I feel like home. You know, it's coming home. I can play anything I want, test new stuff. It's really sick.
Some months ago, you played in Oaxaca. You did your debut in Peru. How did it feel playing in such a huge open air space for the first time in your debut?
Well, I was pretty nervous actually.
Really?
I arrived there and I never played in Peru. People are super different. I was there. Tini was playing before me, so I saw her playing. She knew what she was doing, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And I just did my thing, and yeah, it exploded. It was amazing, man. Really.
Because you were playing like after a legend like Tini and before a legend like Paco Zuna, you know?
Yeah, I was nervous. It was for the first time actually in a place like that, and then other side of the world with artists like that, which I look up to for years already, and but I had the best time. Yeah.
So you travel a lot. I gotta ask, have you got a favorite type of airplane to travel, or like a favorite airline?
It's KLM for sure. Yeah. The Dutchies. Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah.
I want to ask you about your sound. This sound that you guys play, I don't like encapsulating sounds or saying this is deep tech or whatever, but when you think about how much this sound has grown within the past like 4 or 5 years, like, do you ever think like, fuck, you know, like how did we got here?
It's crazy. Yes, I can't explain it. Yeah, all the time that I'm playing the tracks of my friends. Also, I play the tracks of another Stasi, my own tracks, and then how the crowd reacts. I feel like we did something new. We brought something new into the world, and I really appreciate that. Yeah.
What is the hardest part about being a DJ? Like about the lifestyle and what's like the toughest part about the job?
Well, the balance. I'm trying to find the balance now. For me now, after COVID, actually, my career went like up crazy. Yeah, and now I see like, okay, I'm playing so much, and I love to be in the studio, and I really have to find time to be in the studio. That's really hard. But now I like to make some tracks on my headphones in the plane, like make a little loop and then finish it in the studio, and then I actually can play it every weekend. You know, every weekend I can test something new, and that's amazing. Yeah.
How's it feeling when you test something that you haven't played and people go like, you know, like when they go crazy?
Actually today I played a new track and I just made it in the kitchen table. I didn't even went to the studio to test it, and I played it and I see, okay, this is a bit too much, but the crowd reaction was amazing. Yeah.
And one thing that we were speaking before we did the interview is, I saw you like some years ago before COVID, and you were killing it, but I saw like, you know, you were a little bit shy, and now that I saw you, like, you're having fun, and you know, like, I think you can tell that you feel very confident with what you're doing. How do you get there, like, to this point?
Well, I think it's like you play more and more, and you know the gear, and you know what you're doing, and at some point you know the clubs where you're playing, you know the people, so you know also even the country. You're like, okay, I play in Italy, they like a little bit of this, and then sometimes it surprises you that they like something that you never were going to play there. You know, today I played tracks that I thought, okay, this is gonna work, and boom. You know?
And it works.
Yeah, it worked.
And I'm guessing that feeling is amazing.
It's the best. I got like goosebumps all over, and no, yeah.
There might be one kid at the other side of the screen that looks up to you, I'm pretty sure, and that sees like how your career got super up. What advice would you give the new generation, like somebody that wants to become an up-and-coming DJ, who's like on the early stages of the career? What would you tell them?
I think you should never give up. I mean, you should go for it like for the fullest and just keep going to parties to get inspired, be in the studio. If you don't play, just yeah, I don't know, keep going. I had a side job for really long, and then at some point I could finally say, okay, it's done. Focus on music 100%, but never give up, just keep going. Someone told me like, yeah, but your music is sick, but nobody knows it yet. Just keep going, try to find your connections. I mean, other artists would play my tracks, and then I was like, okay, I can do it, and then I grew. You know, I think that's important.
And one of the questions that people want to know: who has the better dance moves, Joko or Chris Tusi?
Stasi.
When it goes like this.
For
And I have two last questions for you. One, vinyl or digital?
Honestly, digital, and the reason why is because what I just told you, like I make tracks during the week. They're not on vinyl, so I take my USB. I have some new tracks. I test it. So for me, that's it. And at home, I love vinyl, but on the stage, I love to play my unreleased stuff. Yeah.
So finally, I would like to ask you, do you have any message for the people from Mexico?
Well, I hope the sound keep growing, and I see it's growing. More and more people like what we're doing, and I really appreciate it. I'm really thankful and grateful for everything. And yeah, I hope to see you on the dance floor.